There's been a video making the rounds on my For You page, and it's this girl just sharing her experience of living with her boyfriend.
Do you agree that moving in with a man is detrimental to women? I remember the video I posted early this week or last week that she started complaining when a man stayed with her for just 3 days. You will start getting irritated, you start getting uncomfortable, you start feeling uncomfortable, you start like, especially when the man is a man. You know what I'm trying to say? They are doing what all these men are doing. They'll tell you, I'm hungry. They cannot do anything. They are not clean. They can't clean up after themselves. They're not like, and they're not also paying bills. You'll be so angry, and the workload is always too much. It's like you have another baby. You know, when a man does like a baby, an adult baby, it's very annoying. It's very annoying. Let me go ahead and roll this clip for you all to watch. It's a long clip, so we can watch this video together. Then I'll be back at the end of all the video. But then let me know your thoughts in the comment section why you watched the video.
There's been a video making the rounds on my For You page, and it's this girl just sharing her experience of living with her boyfriend. It just happens to be exactly what I'm trying to spread awareness about. She just so casually mentions that her workload has doubled since this man has moved in. She mentions things like grocery shopping has to be done much more often now. Laundry needs to be done a lot. You have to like agree on what to eat for a meal, and like apparently she's a lot less picky than the man in the relationship, and it just sounds like she's a lot more low maintenance than this man, and yet for some reason it's her workload that's doubled. Like she's doing more grocery shopping, more laundry, more cooking, all because she now lives with a man. She just can't help but feel like, is that only striking to me, or like does anyone else think that's weird? Why is it her workload that's doubled and not his? Like, why isn't he doing his own laundry? She basically has taken on all the everyday tasks for him that he should know how to do for himself. Am I crazy for thinking that that's super weird? Like, I mean, she didn't mention that he was covering all the rent or anything like that. So I'm assuming that like most modern couples, they're going 50-50 on the rent. But I'm just wondering why her workload has increased and her income hasn't, and her rent hasn't decreased. And even if it had, like, what do you get in exchange for the extra rent money that he saves? Like, isn't he also paying half? Like, wouldn't he also be paying a lot more if he lived on his own? So what's the deal that you're getting out of it? How come only he's getting a deal of like, oh, well, since he pays like half the rent, I still do most of the chores? Why? What else does he pay? Like, how does he compensate you for that otherwise? If he's not doing half the chores, or if he's at least not washing his own clothes or like making his own food, like that's super confusing. Like, maybe someone can help me understand. And I also, like, I've never seen a man make a video like that, talking about how his workload has doubled since his girlfriend's moved in. They'll definitely, you know, talk shit about their girlfriends moving in and be like, oh, you know, she leaves shit everywhere and it's like a bobby pin on the coffee table, which is like, okay. Or like, oh, there's so much more stuff in the bathroom now and blah, blah, blah. My other question is like, I don't understand why he's not moving in and doing that stuff for her. Like, if y'all are living together and you're being intimate with one another, chances are you as the woman are on some form of hormonal birth control. So that's not 50-50 for you in bed. That's very different. And if you're not on birth control, then it's even worse. You're risking pregnancy, you know, every single month. And this man's not even doing your laundry. This man's not even buying your groceries. This man is not even cooking you dinner. That's crazy. And we're truly so casual about this in our society. Like the way this girl was talking about it, like no big deal. And at the end, she's like, babe, if you're watching this, I love you and I love living with you. Like, it's all in good fun. But it's like, I don't understand. Your life is more difficult in every way than a man's, and yet you are going to be doing his laundry and making his dinner. Like, even when you're on your period, like even when you're having cramps, like what does he do then? Does he just not eat? Does he just order takeout? Do you realize how expensive it would be for him to not have a girlfriend? Do you ever wonder if he's just with you to save on groceries and like ordering out? Like, I would have to wonder if I moved into a man's house and paid half of his bills while laying down in bed with him, sharing my body with him, that can get pregnant at like any moment just from his carelessness or from birth control failure or from an act of God or whatever. I'm doing his laundry and I'm picking up his dirty socks off the bathroom floor. Because she definitely talked about too how he leaves everything like laying around, and she's like, you know, it's not annoying when you do it, it's annoying when he does it. The quiet part that she doesn't say out loud is it's annoying when he does it because he's never planning on picking that up. The reason it's not annoying when you do it is because in your head, you're like, I'm just going to pick that up later. But the reason it's annoying when he does it is because you probably had to pick up after him after like 2 days of something laying around. And that's when you understood that unless I pick this stuff up, it's just going to stay laying around for days and days and days. So I'm just going to pick it up right away. And now you're feeling like a maid. That's the silent part that you're not saying out loud. And I don't know why this woman is just so casually like joking about losing hours a week of her life just for the fact that some man has moved into her house. I want to know how much time he is saving. I want to know how much more extra free time he has to, sit around and play video games or stay, work late at his job and start advancing in his career. Meanwhile, she's like, oh, I got to get home so that I can make dinner because my boyfriend's going to be hungry when he gets home from work. And Lord forbid that there not be a dinner plan, that it not be, again, like she said, she can eat the same thing like for weeks at a time. Meanwhile, her boyfriend needs like a very varied menu and like 3 courses and whatever. And so now she has just been tasked with that. Like, that's insane. It's extremely upsetting to watch because honestly, we can do better. There's no reason why when a man moves in with you that he should not immediately start contributing to the household as much as you are going to be. That is not like your role as a woman, especially if you are also working full time and if you are paying half the bills and that man is not even picking up after himself. You need to kick him right back out to wherever he came from, because I don't know how he was living before you came along. That is not a functional human being. That is just a child that's moved into your house. Unless you want to start feeling like you are in a very taboo situation with your boyfriend, then I suggest you kick him back out until he learns how to behave like an adult, so that you can also feel like you are living with an adult. At a certain point, that is just extremely weird and taboo and unattractive, in my opinion. And, this obviously is not the first video that I've ever seen of a woman being like, help, my boyfriend's moved in with me and now I have to do everything and I don't have any time for myself. This is why you have the boyfriend effect versus the girlfriend effect. Because somebody is getting cooked for, getting their laundry done for them, getting thoughtful gifts, help improve their life, probably improving their health and fitness. Who is that usually? It's the guy. That's why he has a glow up immediately in a relationship, right? Like, somebody's now buying his clothes, somebody's now like telling him how to do his hair, somebody now has an eye, somebody has a vision, and that man is about to have a glow up. But when a woman enters into a relationship, she is now cooking for 2, cleaning for 2. Like, the part of it that really gets to me is that you really start to feel like a maid. Like, you really do. If there's a man in your life who is always like leaving stuff everywhere and like not picking it up for days, and if you want stuff to be picked up any sooner than like days, you just have to pick it up yourself, then you are behaving as a maid. You are not behaving as even like a roommate type situation. You're behaving as a maid for this man. At the very least, he should be paying for that. You should at least not be paying like a single cent in bills if he's going to expect you to do maid duties around the house. Here's my thing. Why is it that she had to compromise on not eating dinner or not eating like girl dinner every night and like cooking some elaborate meal for this man now? She also mentions she does all the grocery shopping apparently now. Then how come he can't compromise on his cleanliness standards? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you have to compromise on your eating standards and you have to raise those standards, then how come the man never has to raise his cleanliness standards? He can just say, well, I don't care about that stuff, or I'll pick it up whenever I get to it. How come he gets to do that, but you don't get to be like, no, I'm just going to keep eating girl dinner every night and you can fend for yourself. You can keep ordering takeout, but I'm not going to stand here and cook a 3-course meal for you, buddy. How come she can't say that, but he can just be like, no? And like, mind you, she could say that, but then she wouldn't have a boyfriend anymore. Why do we view men as such a prize, especially in this day and age? These videos should be sobering. They should not be so casually, like, lighthearted, like, oh my gosh, living with a man, right? No! Living with a man should not downgrade your lifestyle. You should not be going from looking your best and, like, most attractive and most magnetic to, like, literally being a live-in girlfriend, mommy, nanny for somebody. That will definitely bring your freaking vibe down. That's definitely gonna bring your aura down, okay? It's literally mentally taxing to live with someone who doesn't understand, like, basic human decency. Just because they moved in with a woman, they literally forget how to pick up after themselves, how to cook, how to clean, how to do any of that. Or even better, they just never learned. They just literally waited for you to come into their life and then they started expecting all the shit to just get done. What's worse? Either way, it's really bad. And you should absolutely not be putting up with it. Like, isn't that so funny? You should be kicking him the F out so he can skills that are going to make him a good partner. That's not a live-in boyfriend. That's a live-in child. You're babysitting somebody else's child. You just can never win as a woman, because this is not something that I see said about women a lot. You know, my girlfriend moved in and she's so messy, so now I do twice the laundry, I do all the cooking, I do all the cleaning, I do everything, because she just can't be bothered. But men don't stay with women like that. That's what I mean. Like if you're not bringing convenience to him, if you're not like improving his life, he won't be with you. That's why men don't make these videos. They just simply will be like, nah, she was lazy and dirty, so I left. It's a real turnoff when a woman's like that. For some reason, it shouldn't be a turnoff when a man is like that. They don't apply that standard to themselves. They come into their relationship lazy and dirty. But if a woman's like that, then they don't like that. There is no reward in this, by the way. Because if you think he didn't notice that his clothes are getting washed, that his dinner's getting cooked, that, his appointments are getting made, that his health is improving, that his wardrobe is improving, if you think he didn't notice, he did. If they're not doing the same for you, or if they're not even acknowledging the work that you're putting in, then you can definitely know for a fact that they are not planning on ever compensating you for it in any way. They're just hoping that you don't notice that they already know what you're doing. They're hoping that you're just going to keep working hard like a good little girl to keep their attention and to keep them happy, whatever that is. So don't let that happen to you. Stay safe out there. I love you. Mm-hmm.
It's your girl Maria David here again, and I'm back with another interesting video. You will agree with me that moving in with a man is more pain in the ass than moving in with a woman. You'll see ladies that move in together, workload is not much compared to you moving in with a man. And I totally agree with almost everything she said in that video, because she's saying, because you see, I've seen a lot of videos like that as well. People coming on the internet to say that, oh, since their boyfriend moving, the boyfriend moved in to their house. Clearly shows that she's the one paying the rent. In my own mathematics, if a man moving into my house, I'm the one paying the rent. I'm the one that owns almost everything in the house. I bought them. So you are using everything that I have. So you moving into my house with me, and I am cooking and cleaning for you. I am cleaning after you. I am making dinner. We are having sex. We are doing everything. Then what are you doing? I go to work. Probably you don't even go to work because everything is sorted out. It's just relationship. What am I benefiting from you? You're clearly taking everything from me, but I'm not benefiting anything from you. But these women come on the internet to just say it casually, like, my boyfriend moving with me. No, it's actually helping me some days. But I do most of the cleaning, I do most of the cooking, I work 3 jobs, I do this, I do that, blah blah blah. Can you come? What are you doing with this man? If he's not going to do anything important, like you're not seeing anything tangible he's doing for you. Sometimes I wonder, like, what is, you're paying bills. Sometimes he even use your car. He does everything. Yeah. Then later I will come and tell you, okay, maybe if you voice out and be like, oh, the rent, blah blah blah, you tell you, okay, let's go 50-50. If you're going 50-50 with the rent, are you going 50-50 with other things? Because sometimes that is why I don't agree with 50-50 relationship kind of thing. You cannot be telling me you want to pay rent 50-50 with me. Let us do 50-50. Okay, we're going to pay rent, pay this, pay that. What about other things? Are you going to go 50-50 with me when I get pregnant? Like, am I going to carry the pregnancy for 4 months? You carry the pregnancy for another 4 months. When the child wants to breastfeed, you produce milk. Because when I want to go into labor, they'll open your thing. Like, I don't understand. Like, 50-50 cannot work. Because a lot of things women does, men cannot even do anything. They don't even have an idea what's going on. So how is 50-50 going to work? You're only saying 50-50 is going to work for only rent, blah, blah. So what about cooking? Because now you will say cooking is for women. Providing is also for you men. So why should you be talking about 50-50? And see, sometimes women that accept their boyfriends to move in with them, I cannot understand it. And when they move in with them, they move in with them more than 1 year, then they break up. Probably they'll say, someone will say, I've been living with my boyfriend for the past 3 years. And I'm like, how are you staying with a man for 3 years? A man staying in your house for 3 years? Like, how are you dating? Like, that is a red flag. He's definitely going to leave you, because at the end of the day, there's nothing like nothing more interesting anymore. Because to be honest, when it comes to men, always want to use you. When they see that they're getting something from you, that is when they are with you. Once they are not seeing anything from you, once they cannot get anything from you, you see them that they just stay away from you. They be like, oh my god, she's so lazy, she's this, she's that. But once they are not getting anything from you, like if you're sick, probably you're just on the bed, you cannot do anything, they're already angry, like, oh, you're just being on the bed all day. Like, they just want you to be a slave. They want you to be their maid. Like, they want you to always do something for them. If you're not doing anything for a man, you're practically useless, and they will just like leave you like that. So I don't understand, like, this. To be honest, I don't know why some people just move in with their boyfriend, in quotes, and stay in years. I've seen a video of a lady coming out to say, I stay with my boyfriend, like he moved in with me, I've been staying for 3 years, and he drove my car and he left me. Like, he broke up with her we like it was just so annoying. Like, how did you accept like you are going 50-50 with somebody to the extent that he's staying with you for 3 years? He was actually cheating on you while he was staying with you, using all your belongings. You're feeding him, doing everything for him, and now he dumps you. Who is at loss? See, this year we are decentering men. Continue to decenter men, because we cannot continue letting these men take advantage of us. When you move in with a man, all like, why are you still lying down? Like, go get the dishes washed. Like, do something. Like, you're the one making dinner tonight. Like, you have to, because if you're not making it look as if you're the one that has to do it, the day you stop it, it's problem. You have to, like, is a more. I feel like you have to let them know that these are adult things. This is not just something that has to be like a woman thing. These are, unless probably you just love all these things general doing, like you just love doing it. But if you don't love doing it, you do it only when you want to. You go to work and you come back, like the video of the lady that stayed with a man for 3 days, and she was like, she came back from work, he has been all day at home, and it was like, what's for dinner? The audacity. I housed you because you're stranded, and you're telling me what's for dinner. Why can't you prefer dinner for me when I come back from work and I eat? Like, these are what they just want to use women for. Maid. They always want to use. They are just users. Like, most of them, I'm not saying all men, okay? Not all men, but most of these men are users. Anyways, let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section, and thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and kindly turn on the post notification bell when you subscribe so you can get notified when I upload interesting video like this one. Okay, I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.